Hello everybody and welcome to Project Love Sky. Today we are receiving guidances and messages from the loving universe together, and I know by the time that I'm recording this it is close to Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's to you all. Celebrating the day of love, and I know that a lot of people say it is a Hallmark holiday, but I would take any excuse to celebrate. So if you're, spending time alone during Valentine's, like buy yourself a nice rose, buy yourself some chocolate, just you can manifest whatever you want into your realities for the Valentine's Day. So, and maybe we could celebrate today by receiving the messages. And for today's reading, as always, it is a timeless reading. So if you are watching this at other time that is not Valentine's or not the time that I am putting this out, please know that if you're drawn to this video, there are messages in here for you, and trust your inner guidance, trust your heart energy center. That will be your most accurate compass, and the answer is always within. Our readings are just nudges, support, or reminders of what your heart already knows within. So if there's anything in here that you feel like the messages you interpreted or receive it differently from how I deliver them, please know that your intuition will probably be the most accurate deciphering of energy for what is just right for you. So trust that, okay? Trust your intuition and know that all of you can do what I do here as well in terms of working and co-creating, learning, exchanging experiences with the loving universe and all the infinite intelligence that the love energy has to offer, okay? So let's get started. And for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, thank you so much. The videos are coming out slower than usual because I'm in the middle of renovating my house and moving a lot of things. So thank you so much for understanding, and I guess it is just, we'll meet each other in divine timing whenever the universe calls for me to be here. We are using the Destiny Tarot by the Thai Tarot House, Destiny. So if you're interested in their tarot deck, the names of each card deck. Oops, wait, let me change my lighting. There we go. Sorry. The name of each card deck will be down in the description box below. So I wanted to use this deck because, Valentine is very highly romanticized, and it reminded me of the romantic stories of the Disney tales that a lot of us might have grown up with. And I feel like there are ways of looking at love, connections, relationship, loving connections in a different way. And that means some of you, since I've been drawn to this deck, you may have had an understanding of what a healthy, loving relationship is. But it was based on something that we were exposed to, or watching, or listening to as young adults and children. For example, the tales of Disney, the tales of all the princesses and the Prince Charming, and having that be the ultimate happy ending for a human being to attain. So I feel like that first message also came out in the reading that I just did in Thai as well, for the same energy. And they wanted me to say this, to share this with you in this pile as well, because Valentine's, having love in your life, it's so much more than just love between romantic partners or romantic commitments, but there are so many different ways of how love expresses itself within your life that I feel like the universe would really want to highlight and point them out to you. So if you're someone who, like I said, is spending Valentine's alone, or on the other spectrum of that would be like you're spending Valentine's with your romantic partners and that's your natural way of celebrating, they're just saying maybe consider or reach out. Like if you can, reach out to the people that you love that is just beyond romantic partnerships, and there are so many opportunities that you could commemorate this moment, because even though people say it's a Hallmark holiday, what is happening energetically is around the world people are celebrating loving connections, and in that energetic upliftment, energetic like coming together of that energy pool strengthens the love energy, and where you want to direct or invest those energy into is up to you. And so even if you might be someone who is very like against these types of holidays, because like they had me talk about it twice already. So if you're someone who is find that you have resistance towards celebrating these earthly holidays and celebrations, at least you can ride the energy wave. Yeah, like in your own waves, in the way that aligns for you. Like if you know that the planet is celebrating something, you can still be a part of that energy in your own unique ways. So that is that's the messages that came out just while I was shuffling and before we get into the tarot messages. So let me take a sip of water and we'll see what the cards have for you. The bottom of the deck is Justice. Let me put this here. There we go. And the stones that they have me picked out, these are tiger eyes. And these are very masculine energies too. You may have been working with your solar plexus energy and your masculine energy in balancing and growing your masculine energies. Confidence, empowerment, sureness in oneself, self-trust. I feel like those are the energies that are going to be very important and could help you understand the unfoldings of things in this particular time, because you seem to have been learning a lot in terms of how to hold your sword. And by that, metaphorically, it means how do you work with your thoughts? How do you hold that ability that is, an evolutionary gift for mankind, for humankind, which is the capacity to think and to logically think and evaluate things. And a lot of times I find that, and I'm saying, let's just say I'm sharing from my own perspective too. I'm a very heart-based person, and at one point I kind of had like almost disregard my logical mind and follow entirely my intuition and my emotions and my heart energy center, to only later find out that that's me in polarity. Me that is, having some sort of resistance to my own logical thinking or my masculine energy, because I did not know how to bring that into balance to have head and heart coherence, or the balance between the left brain and the right brain, for it to work in harmony. And therefore, at a certain stage, I would, like, maybe you could still hear me talk in that way from my earlier videos. So if you are someone who's been here for a while or would be interested in watching my older videos, please know that I've moved on from, I've grown, and I intentionally left those in so you can see my growth paths. So what happened is I had to bring myself back into balance by learning how to stand in my masculine energy and hold and work with my logical thinking, my the capacity and power of thoughts that are conducive to my spiritual growth and manifestation. I feel like you have been learning that a lot, that your thoughts are meant to be the wind that uplifts you, and you understand how powerful this tool is, and you understand its potentials because you have seen how it could be a double-edged sword before, and you could be working to bring that into more balance, to have it be a tool that serves you, protects you, and brings you clarity. Yeah. So I feel like there's a sense of freedom that came with that understanding that this faculty of the human nature is also as valuable, as important, and as powerful as the energy of the heart, as the energy of the intuition and the emotions. So right now, I feel like you've wrapped up that lesson pretty well, and you're in a place where you find gratitude in the sequence of events or the wind of change, because he's surrounded by wind and these sparkly golden particles. I feel like it's your vortex. You are you feel appreciation for the events or the lessons, the growth that the wind of energies have manifested for you, and understand that it's an upliftment of your soul, and that all the events that happened were meant to serve you, for you to clearly see the need for balance. And in this space, 9 of Pentacles, I would say you may be someone who is quite good at gratitude. You may already keep a gratitude journal, or even if you don't have a gratitude journal, you may be someone who take your time in a day to reflect and count your blessings. And the spirits are saying that is a very strong, like, it's your strength. Yeah, it's your strength, and it's a good practice to have, and they'd like you to keep doing what you're doing in terms of aligning to the energy of gratitude and appreciation. He is, however, sitting cross-handed on his chest, and that to me is a symbol of there could be an energy where you could open up your heart more in counting your blessings and actually feeling deeply that gratitude. Because the 9 of Cups, like, the difference, I always say this, the 9 and the 10s in whichever suit, it's the difference is just one cup, one sword, one pentacle, right? However, in a place where where you're looking for that one missing piece. That's what keeps your heart closed. So the spirits want to point out, I'm being careful with how I word this because they want me to word it in a way that, you know, with NLP, with everything as well, that anchors into a higher vibration. Let me tune in. When you are grateful, however, you could feel like there's something missing. There is a remnant of the lack mentality or the lack frequency. They would rather have you appreciate as if you already have 10 cups. And the cup is the symbol, for me, symbolically, it means the, you know, fulfillment of your emotions or the heart energy center. And the biggest cup is not portrayed in the backdrop. The biggest cup is the one that is hidden within. Only because your arms are crossed, you might have forgotten that there's a cup within. And if you look in your heart and find that place of abundance within, that is like they're saying that's the last step for you to move forward energetically in the path of growth that you are on, because you deep down you know that these external cups, yes, they bring you emotional fulfillment, but they are not substitutes for the fulfillment of the cup within that only you could see and could shift your vibrations, your frequencies to have that, to finally recognize that one cup and shift your energetic alignment from a place of, you know, noticing that there's something missing into like starting to notice that you're already in wholeness, you know. So from a place of wholeness, we don't want for anything. We don't want to, like, there is no need to chase, to they're just saying it's a place of a state of soul fulfillment, right? And for you to find what that means for you, it's only going to be something that you know. How could you bring yourself closer to the state of spiritual fulfillment? How could you recognize your soul's abundance more? What could you do to align yourself more to the energy, to know, right? I feel like you have been aligning to wholeness, but because you are trying to align to it, there's no try, there's just do. It's either you are it or you are chasing it. So maybe if you could start with affirmations, with anything, or with exploring why that heart is closed, or why that feeling, like what is causing that feeling that you still feel like wholeness is not here for you or not within you yet. By exploring and reflecting on that, maybe you could get some clues, some different perspectives on what is that final few yards for you. Yeah, and they want me to move on. So from here on, I feel like you've done a lot of work. They're saying a lot of work, and therefore that's why you may feel like, oh, I've done so much work, I've learned so many things. Why do I still like something's missing? There's a sense of time, like the element of time that you could feel like when it's coming in. Why is it not coming in? Well, because when we're in that frequency of questioning, like why is it not coming in? When is it coming in? That's a different vibration from like, I know it's here for me, and I'm just gonna sit and receive it, or I know it's already within, right? So maybe with affirmations, find different ways of how you could say to yourself that you are already whole, and start teaching your body that frequency of wholeness, because it is already within you. It's just some emotional blockage that makes you feel like you're separated from it, when you truly are not. You really are not. It's that frequency is already within you, and I feel like you're someone who's already been to that place of wholeness before, and are trying to get back to it. So if that is your perspective on your journey, they're saying, like, there's let it grow naturally. Learn the organic pace of your energy, and place your attention. If you find that you are placing your attention on one particular area of life, one thing, that one manifestation, place your attention elsewhere, where your frequency is higher than just, feeling anxious or waiting for it to come in, or frustration. They're saying you know yourself in this energy too. Like you're someone who already understands when you are able to catch yourself when you're doing this. So they just say they want you to put that skill to use, and you're already doing it. Just you're gonna learn how to do it more. You're gonna learn how to do it in a more natural way, and in a more easy going way, like with more ease. Yeah. So from here on, as long as you're able to catch yourself placing energies on to something because you want it to grow, but you know that the foundation of that placement of energy is lack, if you are able to catch yourself in that and shift frequency, shift timeline by finding where the energy of joy is, and place your energy on happier things, more joyful things, more exciting things, I feel like the energies are going to shift quite drastically for you. So the two things here, you're going to, like, it's going to help you a lot. The lessons that you've learned to navigate your thought patterns, that's going to be put to use while you're appreciating your wholeness now. I'm not saying appreciating the things that you have to become whole. I'm saying appreciate your wholeness here and now, because you are whole. We grow and we expand, and how do we expand in wholeness, right? Because the path of growth is eternal, and if you are on this eternal path, this beautiful path of limitless expansion, it could bring you more joy to grow, knowing that you are already whole. And the growth is not because you lack, but because you grow in joy, just because you can and you want to. Like that little shift of perspective. Also, for some of you, there could be an understanding between healing and wholeness. I feel like you've been healing. Like you could be someone who's naturally healing or healer, or very fluid in terms of your self-healing. They are saying it's nothing wrong with healing. It's just that you are capable of more already. You've kind of outgrown the healing phase. You're entering the sustainment of wholeness, the recognition, the inner recognition and remembrance of your eternal wholeness. So if you're someone who, they're just saying shift to the bigger umbrella, shift to well-being, shift to wholeness. Like everything will fall under that umbrella. And what you can't see, or what could be our blind spot, is justice. And sometimes justice would have a blindfold over her eyes, but she doesn't. She doesn't. She's wide awake and her eyes are wide open. They're giving me that saying, like, you know how they say justice is blind? But this is not it. This is like justice sees everything. So I feel like they're saying they recognize your effort. They recognize your hard work. They recognize all that, like they recognize the energy that you put into your spiritual growth and into aligning to your heart, to love energies, and extracting all the wisdom that is available for you in this path on earth. And your how do you say it? Your great work or your contributions will not go unnoticed. They see it. It has been witnessed. It has been like observed. It has been recognized. And therefore, energetically speaking, with the intentions, the pure intentions that you have, you could only attract pure positive outcomes. It's only a matter of whether it could be just inner doubt, self-doubt, or, you know, fear of it not being rewarding, of things not coming into fruition. But they're just saying it has been witnessed loud and clear, and it has been, like, they see, like, the universe will respond accordingly, just in a just manner to your hard work. Like, it's not like the universe or your guides are saying, like, oh, like, because you did something good, it's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna give you candies because you did something good. The universe it's not conditional. They're unconditional love. And what they're saying is, like, there is abundance, a stream of abundance for everybody. And because you have free willingly chosen a path of love, it is only just that you align to the frequency that you put out. It is not like they're rewarding you. It's just natural. It's just the law of this universe, and you are in alignment with it, you know? So if you have that inner knowing and hold your sword in clarity, with the inner knowing, and keep things in balance, your entire, like, you balance your lessons, you balance every aspects of your life, the unfolding of things is only natural that it will unfold positively if that's what you've been investing into, like, if that's what you've been giving out, if that's who you are. So I feel like they're also telling me, like, you've received a lot of synchronicities, encouragement, and messages from your guides and from the loving universal energies, your etheric friends, that you are, like, the outcome is a positive one, or that you are going to be walking into a high, like, a loving, joyful timeline. But it's the inner emotional stagnancy, or something that still keeps your heart energy center from feeling this entire accomplishment that you have done, like this great accomplishment. And a part of you that may still feel like it's not enough and you have to put in more work, or you have to grow more and take more time to do things. Like, no, it's already amazing as it is. You just need to allow yourself to celebrate yourself as you are. Allow yourself to appreciate where you are, because where you are is miraculous already. And it's only just that you do that for yourself, because the universe have been doing that for you to help affirm you. But the last cup is you. So even if the universe sends you like 10 trophies, like 9 trophies for you, but that last one is self-consecration. And like realizing that you're sacred and whole in this eternal journey. And that when you are emitting pure positive energy and your intentions are for love, unconditional love, and that aligns with the flow of the universe and the direction that the universe wants to expand, that it is only natural, again, it is only natural that the unfoldings of things will be a positive, loving one. I feel like you understand that, but it's just an emotional recognition that needs to catch up. So if you have a meditation practice that allows yourself to like send love, send gratitude to yourself, your past selves, and most importantly yourself here, now, your present self, and also maybe a meditation that teaches you, or not teaches, you already know, you already have that frequency within, but something that allows you to get more emotionally in touch and in tune with the wholeness that you are. Anything that allows you to be in that energy of wholeness. And it could be a meditation that you give out love energy, because when you're a whole, you only want to give, because you have more than enough, and therefore you're just giving, so maybe do things that are service to yourself or others. Send out love energies in a meditation. All the frequencies that you would, all the things and all the things you would do if you're already having more than enough, and all the things that you would feel if you're already whole. That person, that version of you is aligning in. So how do you get to know that person? How do you get to know yourself so you can integrate? They're saying it's another ascension for you, in a sense, in this chapter. Of course, there will be many, many more, depending on how much each of us wants to grow, at what pace we want to grow, right? Just that this chapter, this arc, this episode, it is that final few yards. It is the integration of the self that into the self that is embodying the energy of wholeness. They're saying they hope you could see it, because like it's only justified. It's only just like for you to finally see this. Like there is no other way. Like your guides don't want to see you feel like you're not enough, or feel like you gotta improve, you gotta do more. Just like, yeah, we all want to expand, but not because we're not enough, right? But because we love it. We love expansion, and because like we are so whole, like we want to see what's more out there to enjoy, to go on an adventure, to playfully roam this planet, basically, in wholeness and forward in expansion. They really, really hope. Like they're saying they'll give you all the synchronicities you need. They'll give you all the signs as much as they can. But the rest of it, a big part of it, is inner recognition, which your guides or your etheric friends are not allowed to foster codependency or to be a crutch for you, because you will otherwise you depend on them at times for affirmations or for reassurance. And it's because you are ready. That is why some of you may feel like you're waiting for more signs, you're waiting for more positive cues. They're saying that they're stepping back. If some of you feel like they've been stepping back, or your guides have been a little bit more quiet than usual, there's a saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. And when the student is truly ready, their teachers will disappear, because you are already one of them. Like they're just saying, like, dude, like, my friend, like we no longer want to teach you in that way. We want you to stand on your own because you can. And therefore, if stepping back is what is needed, they will do it out of love so that you can stand strong on your own. So they're saying it's not like you did something wrong, but because you did amazingly well, that you've activated the stage of learning that is self-mastery. Yeah? So, and in self-mastery, they truly honor your chance to really do this on your own and prove to yourself that you can do it you can do it. Not like you don't, like, of course there'll be help along the way, but just enough so that you could still learn to do it on your own. Not in an over, like, how do you call it? Not in a cuddle over, like, they're just saying they're not worried for you, and that's why. They're not that worried for you. And they're seeing that you're doing just fine, but you just need to trust yourself more. You just need to, they just really hope that you could trust yourself more, that you're doing amazing. And the reason that they step back, they just wanted to confirm for some of you who are still thinking, like, I feel like I've done something wrong. No, you've done something very, very right. That is why they are giving you the authority to go forward without, like, not like you've ever had to ask their permissions, but they're giving, like, your collective, your soul tribes, your etheric friends who are working together to witness your path, to learn from you, to co-create with you. They're kind of like just letting you take the reign in this earthly experience that you have chosen, and they trust that you will choose the path that aligns most to you and your heart and love. And they will be there to learn and grow alongside you and co-create with you. But they want you to take the reign because you can. Because you are ready. Open your heart to yourself. You really, truly are ready. If you've been waiting for something, like, allow yourself to just find the frequency of joy, because in your joyful state, you are the most powerful. Okay, I'm going to take a toilet break because that was a lot and I kind of need to run to the loo, and I'll be back. Okay, so we are working with the Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. And I picked this out because Valentine's, but I wanted to emphasize, wanted to put the emphasis on self-love. So let's see how this could clarify our message for the day. Say you're sorry. And there's a sword that the page of sword is looking towards that. Your thoughts. I feel like this is an apology to yourself. That open heart could come from you forgiving yourself And finally, recognizing the emotions or the old programs that at times made you feel like you weren't enough, or that at times made you feel like you are not whole. That side of you, and I'm either getting the sun and moon energy because the cat is very intuitive and the dog is very like the sun card. Forgiving anything that comes from your masculine or your feminine energies that were off balanced at times, that contributed to that limiting belief. Say sorry. Like, what they want me to share is, you don't say sorry to the self because you feel like you did something wrong, but you say, I'm sorry you had to go through that. You know, like the subtle difference. It's like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm sorry you felt sad, lonely, and blamed. I'm sorry you felt hurt, but not like, oh my god, I'm so sorry I did something awful. You know, like, it's just like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Say that to yourself, and then say, like, you know, I'm sorry you feel sad, lonely, and blamed. I'm sorry you were hurt. Thank you for being strong and beautiful. And that was what one of my coach taught me, that I still use on a daily in the meditations that I send love to myself with. And that would be, just in case it could be useful to anyone, it's called Go Love. So GOLOV by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I use that to send love to other people, to myself, or just to us, right? Like, there's no need to choose sometimes. Like, send love to us, like me that's in pain and everybody else who's in the same pain. I love you. I'm sorry you feel hurt, lonely, and blamed. Thank you for being strong and beautiful, and emit that love energy for us all. For all your masculine and feminine sides. And if you have been exploring different past life timelines, send love to all the timelines that were female, but also to all the timelines that you were in a male body as well. There could be something there that suddenly unlocks for you that you didn't know were there, that may have contributed to this, to feeling like you're not good enough. It could be a persecution imprint. It could be a lifetime where you've led your beloved ones, or you were in a position of leader, and the unfoldings of things were hurtful, were painful, right? Like, it could be linked to any of those particular lifetimes. And for some of you, if you don't work with past lives in terms of, you know, in terms of the understanding that it was once a lifetime that we actually lived, it could just be like symbolically what your what your subconscious had portrayed and sent love to that symbol without needing to find out what age, what event it was actually based upon. You know, if you're not someone who believes in past life, at least send love to that self that was symbolically portrayed for you as a form of a different lifetime. However, if you're interested in past life and how to work with past lives, I highly recommend you ask source energy. Like, that's my only recommendation. How to work with these information, or ask yourself how you would like to work with these information that has been revealed for you. For me, I take it as my soul's past lives, because I've had many confirmations and evidences of synchronicities that, like, if I rejected it, it would be insane. You know, like, the most sane option was to accept that is my reality and that's my truth. So it depends entirely on you how you'd like to work with this, with your psyche, with the information, with the synchronicities that has been given, has been shown to you. They're also asking me to share that personally, I never chase, like, I since when I was a Buddhist and now, and I've never really aligned with past life regressions. However, my past lives would be revealed to me unexpectedly in a random meditation, or just like when I'm walking about my day, and curiously I just go like, yeah, like that was weird. Like, why is my connection with this person like this? And suddenly I got a chunk of downloads that I couldn't, like, I couldn't ignore, you know? So your past lives are often revealed to you, not like they're revealed to you just when you're ready. They say you there's no need to go and dig it up, to chase it, to like, it'll be more let it naturally come to you. Let it naturally surface. Let it naturally reveal itself to you, because in those times, that's the divine timing of when your soul is in perfect alignment and ready to process it. So if you've had received something like that regarding your male or female past lives, please know that you're ready. Like, definitely, like, it happened to me so many times, and like a minute before, a minute later would have been a completely different story. It happens just at the right time. So if you're wondering if you can handle what what's been revealed to you, you can. That's why it's been revealed to you. Okay, trust yourself. Are you carrying around regret? Is there a relationship that needs healing but you just don't know what to say? Give your pride a rest and simply start with, I'm sorry. Take responsibility and acknowledge your role in the situation. Apologize for them and for you. Then let it go and be very proud of yourself. Making amends isn't easy, but it's a huge leap forward on your spiritual path. Bravo. Again, I'm feeling like it's another confirmation your guides are saying it's not them. Like, they're not holding grudges or you accountable for anything. It's not them that needs to hear the sorry or the apology. It's either your inner child, your past selves, or your current self. Just, I'm sorry you feel hurt, lonely, and blamed. Feel sad, lonely, and blamed. Thank you for being strong. Even your past selves, all of you have been doing your best at each and every stage of your spiritual growth, whether it will be in this lifetime or in the previous lifetimes. Look at maybe if there are lifetimes where you felt guilt about a certain thing that weighs quite heavily on you. They're telling me it could be some lifetimes where, it happened at a time where Earth was still pretty primitive or pretty violent. And so the unfolding of things were the nature of that timeline, the nature of that time. There was, you manifested the best possible outcome for that particular era already. There's nothing you could have done to, like, you've done your best in manifesting the best possible outcome in those specific times. And I know that for some of us, I'm still going to learn about this, but they want me to say it. For some of us who feel like we've been here around for a long time, that our soul age is older, not that it's older as in time, but like your accumulated experience have reached a stage where you've been accumulating this for a while. Or some of you who identify yourself with as a light worker, let's just say labels aside, right? If you're a soul who's been here for a long time, who's been accumulating knowledge, wisdom, and growing and expanding endlessly in joy, and there are lifetimes or periods of your early reincarnations, your early experiences on Earth in which you may have had Atlantean connections to, Lemurian connections to, where you deep down kind of know that you participated in some sort of life seeding here on planet Earth. And with the nature of that time, and given the resources and the knowledge that we knew and the level of consciousness that we knew at that time, there were decisions made that looking back, you may hold some regret towards. However, it was the natural unfolding of that era. It was the best possible outcome for that era. And some things needed to happen for us to learn as a collective. And the universe only wants to thank anyone who participated in any way they participated, because someone needed to participate in that for it to go forward. In whichever way it unfolded, the bravery of the souls that were there to jumpstart it all, knowing that there were many risk, or like that things could have gone in any outcome, right? But still had the courage to participate. They want to say thank you. And if you find that a part of you who participated in events unfolding circumstances like that, it might have not been Atlantean, in Atlantis, it might have not been Lemurian, you may have been associated with other civilizations like the Egyptian times, the Mayans, the Inca. Anytime that, the nature of that timeline was harsh and heavy, knowing that that timeline had that possibility and you still stepped in to participate, the universe is like, they ask for nothing more from that point, like just that courage of you taking the leap into the Earth experience, knowing all that could happen. They're just so grateful because you paved the way for all that is here now. So please know that usually, like, the collective, the universe, they don't hold anything against you. If anything, they are grateful for your existence in that line of events, in co-creating more possibilities. And they hope that you could forgive yourself and see yourself in the same way as they all do. And maybe it's going in to meet those versions of yourself in the other different timelines in your past lives and truly understand that you've done your best. And you've done your best, and really thank them for being the foundation and basis of who you are today, of your path today, of the path of Earth today, that allows for more expansion and more upliftment. So if that's either to yourself, to a particular figure in history that you find resistance towards, to any stories, historical events that you find difficult and heavy to look at, or you find that it's intense, they'd like to remind you that it's only because you are looking from the perspective of such a a level of consciousness that is far different from that day. Of course, some things here, we wouldn't be able to fathom, doing it. but because the consciousness level of a human being at those times, or of the beings in those particular society and times, were so much different from where we are now, it feels gruesome, it feels violent, it feels like it feels extremely unthinkable to commit those actions. So know that, like, you know, your realization is based upon those things happening, and that is why your consciousness level, the human consciousness level, has been able to expand, and to a point where you look back and you feel grief, like, because in those timelines it was way different. And to have this capacity as a species, it was attained because our ancestors partake in those activities and did the best they can. And you're doing the best you can now as well. So if you find it difficult to forgive, or to say, to send some compassion and kindness to yourself in a different timeline, what was shared to me that I found was very helpful was when I'm uplifting some of these heavy self-guilt, blame frequency from within, from a certain timeline, from a certain collective pull, oftentimes there are more energies that are from the same era, that were like with quantum entanglement, or with connections from past lives, would be present at the time of my healing, because they either want to send energies to support us, or to share with us their true gratitude so we can uplift our guilt, or some energies that are just thought forms here on earth that joins that particular quantum realm or space-time reality in a different density dimension, that is also awaiting the same portal, or riding the same energetic wave as the one that you're about to create. So if you're about to forgive yourself, you're about to bring in love and compassion for a part of yourself that is ready to be released. Oftentimes other energy, thought forms, or I'm not saying entities, I'm saying energies, thought forms, or frequencies that are also could benefit from that release, are drawn in, because you are generating an energy that is that could help in a collective sense, and not just you. And oftentimes, like, there was this one time where I found it difficult to forgive. So they asked me to say it to the collective that were surrounding me. Like, they went through the same thing. They asked me, like, you know, all these energies went through the same thing as you. And all these other energies are so grateful of all of you. If you can't say it to yourself, what would you say to those energies around you? Because if you're able to forgive and uplift it for the energies that had been through the exact same experiences, or like a very similar experience to you, then there is no reason, like, then you'll be able to, you know, it applies to you too. So whatever you say, whatever you lift off other people, it automatically resonates to your soul. And so if you find it difficult at times to forgive, or to give love and to console that part of your past life, take note of all the other etheric friends or energies that are surrounding you. They will guide you, they will tell you, they will share with you how to overcome it. Just keep charging your heart. If you sense fear, if you sense guilt, just keep charging your heart and giving yourself love. You will align with how to ask for help, right? This is what they want you to ask for help about. Like they said earlier, that you're strong enough to do all of this. They want me to confirm at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to. If you find something difficult, extremely difficult, ask for help. Because there, you could do both, right? You could be strong in yourself, be whole in yourself, be sure and empowered, while also knowing when you need to reach out and what for. So this could be what clears all your energy system. Look at all the rainbow colors. And you and your guide, you and your higher self, your oversoul, your etheric friends, however this picture resonates to you, whoever comes to mind, you might want to study or learn from them. There could be something that they could share with you. Are you constantly giving to others yet rarely receiving what you need? Then it's time to ask for help. You're not Superwoman, so there's no need to do it all yourself. You have an army of angels on speed dial. Give them a call. Communicate your needs and learn to receive, dear one. When we are open to the help that's all around us, the universe provides assistance. Make sure to look for the signs. Once you ask for help, they'll start appearing. The first thing that they wanted me to point out in this card is, if there's someone said you're not Superwoman or you're not Superman, you actually are. It's just being Superman or Superwoman, or being a super conscious human, could also be in, you could do that in unison with co-creation with others. Like, you know, you see all the superheroes in the movies, they ask their friends for help. Doesn't mean that they're not like supers, doesn't mean that they're like, you know, and so at the same time, there's no need to say like, oh, I'm not like amazing. You are. You are amazing. It's just that you can be amazing and co-create. You could be amazing and receive help, right? So with things like this, clearing out your past life, your persecution imprints, any of your past life traumas, if you really like, they're telling me in the meditative space, if you face something like this and then you're pretty, like, you find that you don't know what to do, ask for help. The energies and your guides who have known how to do this will share with you their experiences, so you too know how to do this. Communicate your needs. Yeah. And because of all the colors, and this is white, I'm feeling like the place that you communicate, of course you can speak it out, you can write it out, but the most powerful place that you could send that signal call, send that help, is when your soul star chakra is activated, the eighth chakra. So when all of these are active, like powered on, and you're already attuning and aligning to the soul star chakra that's above your head, that flows in a sign of infinity sign and is said to be white. I feel like in that space where you enter the quantum realm, the spirit plane, however you identify or however you refer to that space-time density dimension, but in that place, send out your call for help there, because it's easier for you to receive, and it's easier for them to communicate with you clearly. And look for signs. So after you do that, remind yourself to pay attention to the synchronicities that may come in during any meditative states or your wake states, because they're saying there are things that they are allowed to help you at this time, and there are things that they know is better that they let you figure out on your own. But these stuff like this that you may still be very new to, or something that you find particularly challenging, ask for help in that space, and they will do as much as they are allowed, as your guides, as the universal energies are allowed to communicate. They're saying it's a very delicate time. They understand that, like, sometimes they tell you to ask for help, sometimes they tell you you got this on your own. They're saying it's like a matter of balance between both, right? Like knowing which one you can handle on your own and knowing which one that you truly need to ask, that you truly could benefit from asking for help. So it's a very delicate time for you in that sense, and also a very delicate time for them in terms of how they can, if you know, like the word, I don't really like the word, but like some people say they intervene, right? How they can reach out to us to help, to in a way that's still within respectful to our free will, and not too disturbing to the universal flow and the unfoldings of things here on earth. They're saying it's a time where there are some possible ways that they can help, but it's for some very specific things only, because most of it you kind of got a hang of it and you kind of can do it on your own. But there are a few things that they are allowed to step forward to guide you, to help you and communicate with you. And I feel like today that's this, your past life, or you, like, you know, sending love or forgiving yourself or others in some circumstances would be that particular ones that they are allowed to hold your hands and support you, to kind of like uplift you in that path. But I feel like the ones on the back that we talked about earlier, those are what you kind of already know how to do. It's just a matter of trusting yourself and allowing yourself to learn how to do it by self-mastery. This at the forefront is what they're allowed to co-create with you on at this time. Okay, emphasis on at this time, because they're saying it could change. Doesn't mean that they're gonna like keep stepping back. No, it's just for the time being. It's something in your Akashic record, something in the unfoldings of your learning and manifestations of things that makes it difficult for them to explain in terms of why why their engagement with you seems confusing at times. But they're just saying, like, trust that they are there, like, with you. It's just that there are things that you have to do on your own, and things that they can help you with, and it's important to know what those things are for you. So maybe ask yourself, how do you do it in balance? Self-mastery and learning from all the other masters or etheric friends and asking for help. How do you do both in balance? That could be the balance that you are learning here as well. Maybe it's something in your logical thinking that could help you figure this out. How do you move in balance with both, on both sides of mastery, of learning? Yeah, I feel like that's it for your reading. It has been a pretty lengthy one, because I feel like I haven't done a reading for a while, and there's a lot that they want to share with us. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for allowing me to receive these messages alongside you, and for allowing me to grow on this path alongside all of you. Thank you to all universal energies of love, your guides, teachers, masters, our etheric friends, all inclusive. I'm trying not to label any of them, so I'll just call them like the loving universal energies, for co-creating with us, supporting us, like encouraging us and sharing with us the wisdom that help our journeys here on earth. And yeah, I feel like that's it for today, because my mind is starting to go blank, and that's a good sign for when they are stepping back and when I am gonna go, like, have to I'm like, this happens, okay? Like, I start to suddenly be, I can't talk. I don't know what like, I can't talk. Like, it's a good sign. So if you've been here before, you know that this happens every single time after I co-pilot or we work with the universal energies and they are, the job for the day is done and this happens. I don't know language. So thank you so much, everybody. And if you liked my channel, if you enjoyed this video, please consider pressing like or subscribe. Or if you'd like to support me at this time, actually, my PayPal is not working anymore because of my local legal changes with PayPal. I cannot withdraw any of the money in there. So I'm still trying to find ways to receive tips and support from you all that is not PayPal. So far, nothing has been working in place of that. So if you do know any of the, like, a good way of opening up a support platform, please maybe drop me a comment. It would help me so much in continuing to do all of this, because this is my full-time job now, even though it's still in divine timing, and but I'm working towards having it be something I can enjoy on a daily and support myself. When let's just say I'll keep going. I'll just keep doing the videos, and if you have a recommendation, let me know. I know there are some of, like, Stripe. I know there's Stripe, there's Payoneer and the other ones, but I will have to check because a lot of them also don't work with Thai laws. So we'll see how it goes. But also I stream on Twitch, so from time to time I drop by Twitch, and you can support me there on Twitch as well, and maybe we can meet and talk. And I give out free readings on Twitch as well. So if you're someone who likes to be on Twitch, you can follow me on Project Love Sky. So thank you so much, and I'll see you all again whenever the universal energies want us to be here again on this channel. I'm sending you much love and blessings to your journey. May you be surrounded by wholeness from within and all around you, by love from within and all around you. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.